Anyway, I was in New Orleans visiting. We wanted to show our boys Oak Alley and all these awesome, plantations and just a beautiful, beautiful city that New Orleans is at. And Brian T. Clark is here.
Brian Clark.
And he has a book, and he's right here. He's going to tell us all about it. But it says, "Come to the Oaks." And
that's a picture of Brian right there, but we actually have him in person. We could
yeah,
see
but there's a picture. There's a picture of a plantation, and it reminds me of Oak Alley. So this is so cool. Welcome, Brian T. Clark, everybody. Woo! Come to the Oaks, but this isn't Oak Alley. This is another plantation, right?
Yes, that's my cover designer. Picked another one.
Yeah.
And then he's got the slave quarter. I mean, this is like.
Is it a period piece?
Yes, it actually takes place in 1845.
Wow.
So in Kentucky, and so it is a period piece. I wanted to do something prior to the Civil War.
And it's another special genre too.
It is. It is a romance book, but it's a romance between a slave who has come to the plantation and the master's son. Yeah.
Wow.
And they are both they're about 19 years old when they first fall in love.
This is very interesting.
This isn't your first book in this genre.
No, this is my third book. My first book was Ancient House of Cards. Second book was Before Sunrise. That came out last year. That actually got a 5-star review from
This is awesome.
USA Today.
Now, how long has this book been out?
This book came out in May, so it's brand new. Yeah,
debuted right here on Central Valley Talk on the Mike and Athena show.
I love, but this is so interesting just because of the background, because it just came back from the South. But it's like exploring all kinds of things. You have man and man, but then you have an African American man and a white man. Then you have the slave and the owner. It's like so many. Conflicts in there.
There's
three
many dilemmas in this particular book here.
Yeah.
And one of the fascinating things about this book is, as you read it, you are drawn into Tobias' story.
Yeah.
He's from
I'm
West
already drawn
Africa.
in.
He's here in America. It's brand new. He doesn't know anything about it.
Oh my God.
And he is paired up with the master's son, who's also 19 years old.
Wow.
And while these two are doing things during the day, working out in the fields and doing stuff, they spark up a friendship, and from the friendship, they fall in love.
Unbelievable. Yeah. It's so interesting. That's what I was just going to ask you. So they were friends.
Yes.
Because was he living in the slave quarters or something like that? And they just start talking, and then.
Yeah. Well, the slave master's son, he shares a different philosophy than most people back then. He was more of he didn't believe in slavery. He didn't believe in looking at the individuals as animals. They were human beings to him.
Yes,
and through this, they just hit it off. They had great conversations. And one of the fascinating things about the book is it also gives you a glimpse of what happened in the Underground Railroad, because that is their passage to freedom.
Oh, yeah.
Where will people find this book?
Really
in a bookstore?
Or? Yeah, you can find it at Barnes & Noble. You can find it at Amazon.com. You can order it online from either Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
God, this sounds like a movie. I hope someone I hope you write this screenplay and someone gets, or you get the rights to this a movie, because it sounds like a movie to me. Now, you were just telling me off the air, did you actually go to Louisiana and stay at the plantations and really live? Did you sleep in, the slave quarters? Because you see a picture. Did you kind of try to live the life,
Interesting story is, prior to the book coming out,
Yeah.
I had done the first draft of the book, and I wanted to go and actually just sit on the steps of slave quarters and just kind of feel it. So I did some research, found out that I can go to this place called Oak Alley in Louisiana. We were able to stay on grounds at night, overnight, on the plantation.
Because they have a little bed and breakfast thing there.
Yeah, so
it's super cool.
Yeah, so one of the interesting things is I took a bottle of wine down to the slave quarters one night, and of course they didn't. It wasn't moonshine; it was wine.
Moonshine,
and
I
sat there on one of the steps of the slave quarters, and I was just quiet for a couple hours, and I just got a sense of their presence there.
Yeah.
Well, it's
That'd
funny
be really
that
cool.
Athena, without meeting or knowing anything about the book, picked it up and said, "Is that Oak Alley?"
Yeah,
And
I knew
that's
right
amazing.
away. It's just unbelievable. And you know what there is, and I don't know if you guys got a chance to go there, there's another plantation called the Myrtles, where I forgot the full story, but one of the female slaves did something to one of the the master's kid, and they cut off half of her ear, and I guess the spirit, like it's known to have all these spirits. And even without that story, can you imagine all the spirits at these plantations? So that is great research for something like this. Do you think this kind of stuff happened?
Oh,
Do you
absolutely.
think
I don't
something
think
like this
that.
once happened?
Yeah, I don't think homosexuality is new.
Yeah.
I think it was going on from the beginning of time, and
Yeah.
it's a story that has not been told.
Yeah.
You've heard the story of slavery from many points of view.
Right.
From
Thomas Jefferson,
yes,
remember?
but I
he was
don't
with it.
know if you've heard it quite like this.
Quite like this.
No,
Yeah.
this
Now,
is
It's a beautiful story.
1845, is that the whole period? Or is it
1845, yes.
Or does it
And-
go for 10 years or 20 years? The
Did they
story?
show him getting older or something like that, like towards the end?
No, it's only
Or-
275 pages. Sorry.
Okay, so now you have to have a sequel. You got to have a prequel, and now you have to get. Movies do that in books. Now you're going to have a sequel to what they're. Well, I don't know what happens
Yes,
at
this
the
particular
end.
book is about their journey to freedom.
Okay, let's do this.
Really?
They're
Very
signaling us to wrap
cool.
up. So let's say
Okay.
this. If you go to Amazon.com, type "Come to the Oaks," or type Brian T. Clark, maybe.
And all three of my books
Yeah.
will come
And
up.
all
Or
three
go
of
to
books.
Google and type, or go to Facebook and type it, go to Amazon and type. You'll find, and if you really cannot find it anywhere, you forget the name, call us here at Central Valley Talk. I'll give you Brian Clark's direct phone number. Not really, I don't have it, but
But the
I can find it.
website right here, www.b as in boy, T as in Tom, Clark.com.
btclark.com.
That's it.
Last thoughts?
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh,
and-
pleasure.
This
It
is
debuted.
awesome.
Probably
I can't wait to
exaggerating
read
debut,
it.
but they debuted the
but I'm a
book.
big reader, and I'm excited. Anything to do with this kind of stuff, like all the subjects, is awesome. All right, we'll be this right after back. If you need your haircut, Jervis and all the guys are here.
Coming up next.